Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I've got a word for you that might shift your entire life if you let it. We're talking about why you can't lose when it's your time to win. And I'm telling you right now, this ain't hype. It's truth. Let's go. You don't win because you worked harder than everybody else. You don't win because you were more talented. You win when it's your time. And when it's your time, can't lose. See, most people are trying to earn what's already been assigned. They're fighting battles that don't belong to them. But when you understand that you've already been called to win, you stop stressing about the struggle and start trusting the process. Some of you are still mad about the dark seasons of your life. But let me tell you something. The darkness didn't destroy you, it developed you. The hidden season was never punishment. It was preparation. You had to learn some things in the pit before you could handle the palace. People thought they buried you, but they didn't know you were a seed. And now it's harvest time. When it's your time, opposition doesn't stop you. It validates you. Resistance confirms you're in the right place. You can't lose when it's your time to win because the assignment comes with the anointing. The vision comes with provision. That dream in your heart. That's evidence that a supply chain has already been arranged. You're not chasing money. Money is chasing your movement. See, when favor shows up, force becomes irrelevant. You'll step into rooms you didn't train for, get opportunities you didn't apply for, and see doors open you didn't even knock on. Why? Because when it's your time, even your flaws can't disqualify you. People will say came out of nowhere, but you didn't. You came out of obedience. You came out of development. You came out of every failed attempt that was really just shaping your capacity. Let me make it plain: when it's your time, the outcome is guaranteed. That doesn't mean you don't have to act. It means you act in confidence. You stop asking permission. You stop explaining yourself. You stop playing small. You were never meant to fit in. You were designed to stand out. So if you've been feeling like quitting, let this be your confirmation it's your time. And when it's your time to win, losing ain't even on the table. Now go walk like it. Talk like it. Show up like the win is already written, because it is. The outcome is already written. That means your victory isn't something you have to invent. It's something you need to step into. See, most people spend their lives chasing results that have already been reserved for them. They run themselves ragged trying to achieve something that's been finished from the beginning. But when you realize that your win is already established, already settled in the unseen, your mindset shifts from striving to aligning. Let's talk truth. You weren't born to lose. You weren't born to just survive. You were created with a destiny that includes victory. But here's the key: it doesn't show up because you force it. It shows up because you believe it. Faith doesn't create your win. Faith connects you to what's already yours. It's like a radio signal. The frequency is there, broadcasting 247. But until you tune in, all you hear is static. Once you tune in, the music was never missing. You just weren't aligned. This is where most people miss it. They try to hustle into favor instead of walking in purpose. They think the outcome depends on how many hours they grind, how many degrees they earn, or how many followers they have. And while there's nothing wrong with hard work or preparation, the truth is, none of that guarantees success. What guarantees success is right timing and right positioning. It's walking in sync with your assignment. And when you do that, the outcome becomes inevitable. You don't need to beg for what's already been written in your favor. You don't have to manipulate, compete, or compromise. When it's your time, even the setbacks work in your favor. Even the delays serve your development. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting from a scripture. The path has already been cleared. The promise has already been made, and the provision has already been placed. You can't lose when it's your time to win, because winning isn't something you achieve. It's something you inherit. You're not walking toward the finish line. You're walking with the finisher. And if the finisher wrote your story, guess what? The ending is already guaranteed. Victory is not a possibility. It's a promise. Your only job is to show up in faith and take your place. You've been prepared in the dark, and you didn't even know it. See, most people think preparation is loud. They think it's applause, platforms, and visibility. But real preparation, divinal preparation, happens in obscurity. It happens when nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping, and when nobody's calling your name. That's when the real work gets done. You were being shaped in silence. You were being built when it looked like you were being broken. There were seasons where it felt like nothing was moving, like your efforts weren't producing fruit, like the vision was never going to come to life. But what you didn't realize is that every setback was a setup. Every closed door was classroom. Every no was training you for a bigger yes. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. You thought you were stuck, but you were actually being stationed, anchored, so you wouldn't drift when the elevation came. Growth doesn't happen in the spotlight, it happens underground. Just like a seed doesn't sprout the moment it's planted. First, it breaks. First, it dies to the shell it was in. It expands in the soil before it ever rises into the sun. That was you. Those years of waiting, that was root work. Character was being formed. Vision was being refined. You were being equipped for what you asked for. Because here's the true thing. If you step into a winning season before you're ready, the blessing becomes a burden. But if you let the process do its work, if you embrace the discomfort of the dark, you'll be able to carry what's coming with strength and stability. The dark doesn't mean you've been forgotten. It means you're being fortified. And the reason you can't lose now is because you've already paced in private. You've already fought battles nobody saw. You've already healed from wounds nobody knew you had. That hidden pain was forging your power. That quiet discipline was building your dominance. And now it's your time. You've been tested. You've been tempered. You're not fragile. You're not formed. And when God brings you into the light, you won't be exposed, you'll be revealed. So don't resent the dark. That's where champions are made. And when it's your time to win, the world will see what the dark already knew. You were born for this. When you understand that obedience activates overflow, everything changes. Most people are out here hustling, grinding, chasing success with everything they've got, but still coming up short. Why? Because effort without alignment leads to exhaustion. You weren't designed to chase provision. You were designed to walk in assignment, and provision follows assignment. When you're walking in divine purpose, you're not hoping for favor. You're walking in it. Obedience is not just about doing what you're told. It's about being in sync with the purpose you were created for. It's saying yes, even when it doesn't make sense. It's taking the step before you see the staircase. And here's what most people miss: obedience always precedes overflow. Not sometimes. Always. The reason so many people are working hard and still stuck is because they're committed to the hustle, not the calling. But when you obey the call, even when it's uncomfortable, you position yourself for results that can't be explained by logic. See, overflow is not the result of perfection. It's the result of alignment. You don't have to be flawless, but you do have to be faithful. When you're obedient to your calling, resources show up. People show up. Open doors start appearing in places that were locked shut for years. And it doesn't happen because you forced it. It happens because you followed it. You're not blessed because you're better. You're blessed because you're aligned. Obedience isn't always glamorous, but it's rarely easy. But it's always rewarded. You can't activate overflow by just watching motivational videos or reciting affirmations with no action. You activate overflow when you move in the direction of your purpose, even if you have to do it scared. Sometimes obedience looks like walking away from comfort. Sometimes it looks like starting the business when you don't have all the money. Sometimes it's forgiving when you'd rather hold a grudge. But every time you obey the nudge, you grow your capacity for blessing. You make room for the overflow. The world teaches hustle, but the kingdom teaches obedience. And that obedience attracts a supernatural rhythm where things start working in your favor. You don't have to manipulate outcomes. You just have to obey the instruction. And when you do, overflow becomes inevitable. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to. One of the greatest misunderstandings people have about the process of success is confusing delay with inertia. When something takes longer than expected, most people assume the answer is no, when really it's not yet. Delay is not punishment. It's preparation. It's not rejection. It's refinement. Think every single thing in nature that produces something of value has an incubation period. A seed goes into the ground, and for a while, it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, transformation is taking place. Roots are growing. The environment is shaping the outcome. It's hidden for a reason, because the most valuable developments happen in private before they're revealed in public. So when it feels like your breakthrough is taking too long, understand this: the waiting is working for you. You're not stuck. You're being strengthened. You're not behind. You're being built. That business idea that hasn't taken off yet, it's maturing inside you. That opportunity you've been praying for, it's being positioned at the right place, the right time, with the right people. If it came too soon, you'd mishandle it. If you got it without growth, you couldn't sustain it. We live in a microwave culture, but God operates like a slow cooker. He's not rushing the process because he's more interested in your preparation than your performance. What you become in the delay is more important than what you get after it. Because when the moment finally comes, you won't have to fake confidence. You'll walk in authority. You'll know you're ready because you've been forged in fire. Don't curse the delay. Don't despise the hidden season. It's not evidence of failure, it's evidence of favor. It means God is still working. It means the outcome is still being shaped. It means your time is coming, and what it does, it'll happen so fast your head will spin. But you won't be surprised, because you'll recognize the fruit from the seeds you sowed in silence. So stop quitting in the waiting room. Delay doesn't cancel your destiny. It confirms your development. Your time is still on the calendar, and what's coming is better than what you thought you lost. You are not competing, you are completing. That's a shift in mindset that can change the trajectory of your entire life. Most people spend their time looking left and right, trying to measure where they stand based on where other people are. But the truth is, comparison is a distraction from your calling. You weren't created to be a carbon copy. You were created to be a unique completion of the assignment you were born to fulfill. See, when you're operating your purpose, you don't have competitors. You have confirmation. The presence of others in the same space isn't a threat. It's proof that there's demand. And when you're in demand by design, nobody else can take your place. Their success doesn't take anything away from yours. Their shine doesn't dim your light. Their platform doesn't block your promotion. Why? Because what's A yourself is E yours. You've got to get out of the world's scarcity mindset and into kingdom overflow. The world says, hustle to stay ahead. But in divine order, it's not about being ahead. It's about being aligned. You don't need to outwork, outshine, or outperform anyone. You need to outalign. You need to walk so fully in who you were designed to be that people don't even see competition. They see clarity. You were assigned a space in this world that no one else can fill. That means when you start showing up as the authentic version of who you were called to be, the room responds differently. You're not asking to be picked. You're walking like you already belong. You're not waiting to be discovered. You've discovered a yourself. And that makes you unstoppable. There's no power in pretending. There's no favor in imitation. Completion happens when you tap into your original design and run your race, not someone else's. You weren't put here to compete for crumbs. You were created to sit at the table of overflow. So stop watching everyone else's plate and start preparing for your own feast. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're not overlooked. You're in process. And when you understand that truth, you'll stop competing, start completing, and finally step into the win that's already been reserved in your name. When favor shows up, everything changes. Favor is not fair, and it doesn't follow logic. It overrides natural laws, shatters limitations, and creates outcomes that can't be explained by credentials, connections, or conventional systems. People spend their whole lives trying to force things to happen. Grind harder, hustle more, wake up earlier, stay up later. And there's nothing wrong with diligence. But let me be clear, what favor can do in a moment, your effort could never do in a decade. You can force your way into a meeting, but favor gives you access to the decision maker's heart. You can work hard to craft the perfect pitch, but favor makes them say yes before you finish the sentence. Favor positions you in ways you didn't plan for, promotes you beyond your rent-sumi, and protects you from the traps your enemies thought they set in secret. See, when it's your time to win, you don't need to manipulate or scheme. You need to align. You don't need to control the outcome. You need to trust the assignment. When you walk in alignment with your divine purpose, you don't beg for breakthroughs, you become one. Favor tracks down those who are in position. It doesn't follow perfection, it follows purpose. And here's what's powerful. Favor is always connected to stewardship. It doesn't just show up for people who want a blessing. It shows up for those who have been faithful with the little. You thought nobody noticed your excellence in obscurity, but favor did. You thought the sacrifice didn't matter, but it was all being counted. Favor is the reward for those who chose faithfulness when nobody was watching. The world says, earn it, but favor says, receive it. It's not that you don't work. It's that your work is empowered by grace. That means doors open without you touching the handle. That means rooms start looking for you instead of you looking for rooms. That means when others are striving, you're flowing. And listen, when favor is on your life, people can't explain your success. But they can't deny it either. They'll say, how did they get that? And the answer is simple E, favor did it. You didn't force it. You followed the call. And favor made the difference. So here's what I want you to dog. Stop doubting, stop hesitating, and stop shrinking to fit places you've already outgrown. It's your time. And when it's your time to win, no devil in hell and no person on earth can block what's been divinely appointed for you. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to defend it. You just need to walk in it. Because you were not created to chase. You were created to carry the victory. You don't need to qualify for the win. The win was already written with your name on it. So move like it, speak like it, build like it, believe like it. You've been praying for the season that's already waiting on your yes. And now that it's here, you can't lose. Because when it's your time to win, everything changes. I'll see you at the top. Let's go.